Alright guys, so Ashton Birdie is dating Paul Joseph Watson. Now, I first started looking into this when I saw the Truth About Neocons video. And if you pay attention in the beginning, guess who's taping the video? None other than our own Paul Joseph Watson. And I saw that they were flirting together. And I happen to know a good friend of Ashton Birdie. And after making a phone call and it took a little bit of persuasion, found out they've been dating for 6 months. They just celebrated their 6-month anniversary. That's right. It's a libertarian romance. And you know what? That's kind of sad for me because I am in love with Ashton Birdie. That video is actually what sold me on her. Everything she says is music to my ears. The Republican and Democratic parties are exactly the same. And yet, the cult members, the people that are so strictly adhere to everything that they are told by politicians of all people, they don't realize it. But their policies, they have a few, volleyball issues that they, hit back and forth once in a while. But when it comes to the power of the executive branch, when it comes to unconstitutional wars, when it comes to foreign policy, the military-industrial complex, the power of corporations, bailing out corporations, but not the American people, they're all on the same page. Making sure that people like the guys at Goldman Sachs that sold fraudulent mortgage-backed security, all that stuff, they're exactly on the same page. And yet, the majority on the right and the left are in a cult. They are in a cult. They are cult members. And they buy the party line. They don't think for themselves. They don't do any independent research. They are cult members. And the funniest thing about other liberals, with very few exceptions, I myself am a classic liberal, old school liberal, not today's liberal. These new liberals, they get all their news from a corporate oligopoly. Last time I checked, it was a few years ago, 90% of the media controlled by 6 corporations. Now, it's even worse because there have been recent mergers. So the number of corporations is lessened, and the percentage of the media that they control is even greater. So, you have these liberals that supposedly, are they aware of the dangers of a corporate oligopoly? This is why I love Ashton. I mean, she's beautiful. Oh my God, she's absolutely gorgeous, amazing, absolutely gorgeous inside and out. I'm adding a little bit onto it, obviously, but watch the video, The Truth About Neocons. These liberals get all their news from a corporate oligopoly that has been tied to the intelligence agencies and the military-industrial complex for at least 60 or 70 years now. I mean, just look at Operation Mockingbird, okay? And just look at how all these corporate executives of these media companies, these few corporations, they all hang out with the heads of big oil and the heads of the military-industrial complex. They hang out at all the same dinner parties. They go to this same, same meetings, secretive meetings that aren't so secretive anymore, thanks to investigative reporters that are independent, not the mainstream media. You have the Bilderberg Group, where they all hang out with each other. And you even have people from like CNN, from the actual subsidiaries, and from MSNBC and Fox News show up to these meetings and hang out with the guys from the military-industrial complex and the intelligence agencies and the big banks, And this just goes back to the basic power elite theory from political science. If you've taken a single class in political science, you're aware of the power elite theory. Well, guess what? If you actually do the research, it pans out because all of these extremely powerful, wealthy people, they all hang out with each other. They're in the same social circle. You know, they go to all the same meetings. You know, like all the same big meetings together, obviously, and they all hang out in the same dinner parties, and they all hang out with each other at the same golf courses, and they all have similar interests, like any unique group, and they have their own agenda, and it's not an agenda that's good for the for the general population, for the middle class, or even for the the lower level upper class, or even the mid-level upper class. We're talking super elite billionaires here, not millionaires. Okay, even the millionaires are getting shafted. They're better off than the middle class and the poor, obviously, but they're not in the inner club. See, the billionaires, the millionaires are schmucks for the most part, with a few exceptions here and there. If they get lucky, meet the right person, date the right person, and or they control, a very important, company, like a social media company, and maybe they get in a little bit. But you look at things like Bohemian Grove. I just look at the video, and like, how can you not look at what they're doing and realize that they're all into the same stuff? And you look at, the list of attendees. You have the big oil people, you have the media people, you have the intelligence agency people, you got the weapons manufacturers, the military-industrial complex guys, you have the big banks. And they're all there, hanging out, talking about the future of our country. And major decisions have been made. I mean, how many, like many U.S. presidents have gone there. There are pictures of them at Bohemian Grove, and major public policy decisions have been made. Just look it up. And, you have the video of them all watching this fake, not really fake, but an actual pagan ritual where they have this fake child, where they cremate the child. They do a mock child sacrifice, a mock human sacrifice in front of a giant stone owl, which is Moloch, which is a pagan god. Why? Because they're into the fucking weird, esoteric, creepy stuff. Like all that. That's where all these Illuminati theories come from. Is because they are actually into all that weird crap. They're all kind of a lot of them are really messed up in the head, and the rest of them just go along with it. Because they don't want to be out of the out club, and they are all drunk on power. They're all addicted to power. Who drinks the most alcohol? Alcoholics. Who has the most power? Power addicts. Who has the most money? People are addicted to money. People that think about money all day get all the money. People that think about power all day get all the power. Alright? That's how the world works. People that think about drugs all the time, they're obsessed with drugs, do most of the drugs. Okay? It's just a matter. Guess what? These addicts, the world's run by addicts. They're, money and power addicts, and it usually goes hand in hand. Like a lot of drugs, go hand in hand. Kind of like, I don't know too much about drug use. I guess, a lot of drug users will do more than one drug, and usually have a drug of choice. But if they do heroin, they're likely to also do cocaine, or meth, or what have you. So money is a form of power. And these addicts, they also have a lot of other addictions, sexual addictions. A lot of them are rapists, and a lot of them are fucking child molesters. Just look at Epstein's island, and the people have gone on that plane. Just look that stuff up. It's crazy, man. And look at some of these WikiLeaks stuff about, we have the kids in the hot tub ready and all this crap. Really weird stuff, man, and verified by the mainstream media that this stuff is real. I mean, there's not anyone out there saying, "Oh, these are fake emails." No, these are real emails of people talking about, we have the kids in the hot tub ready, and they're real, blah blah blah. I don't want to get into it, but you notice that none of that's talked about in the corporate oligopoly media because they don't want to rat out their friends, just like the Catholic Church. Which is kind of mid-level in power. They used to be one of the top dogs. Now they're kind of, in the mid-level of power. They're not